Have you ever reached your limit and felt the crushing weight of a dream that refuses to take flight? Most of us are taught to view failure as a terminal disease, a sign that we simply aren't enough to succeed. But what if the very thing making you want to quit right now is actually the only map leading to the breakthrough you've been chasing? Today, we reveal a radical mental shift that turns your deepest setbacks into your greatest competitive advantage. By the end of this video, you will stop seeing your mistakes as scars and start seeing them as the raw fuel for your inevitable success. The secret to thriving in the dark is waiting for you. The year is 1879. Outside the walls of Menlo Park, New Jersey, the world is a place of flickering, dangerous gas lamps and dim candles. The air in the cities is thick with the smell of leaking gas, and the threat of fire is a constant companion of the night. There is a desperate hunger for a better way, a cleaner light that could extend the day and transform human productivity. This is the high-stakes environment where Thomas Edison and his team are engaged in a rigorous research process. They are not mere tinkers. They are investigators committed to a single, clear objective: developing a practical, long-lasting electric light bulb. This was a goal that many leading scientists and engineers at the time had publicly declared to be a scientific impossibility. Inside the laboratory, the atmosphere is suffocating. The room is a cathedral of soot and shadows, filled with the sharp, acidic smell of chemicals. Hundreds of glass bulbs, empty and dark, line the shelves like hollow eyes. Edison sits at his central workbench, surrounded by his most trusted assistants. Their task is to find a way to make electricity flow through a filament so that it glows steadily for hours. They have already tested over 1,000 samples, and every single one has failed. The financial pressure is mounting. Edison's backers are growing restless. The public is beginning to whisper that the Wizard of Menlo Park is a fraud who has promised a miracle he cannot deliver. To the outside world, this isn't a factory of innovation. It is a monument to wasted time and capital. But inside, the work is systematic and cold. Edison has sent agents to the farthest corners of the globe, searching for the perfect plant fiber. They have tested platinum, cedar, hickory, and even exotic substances like hair from a colleague's beard. Each experiment follows the same rhythm. Carbonize the material, carefully insert it into a glass bulb, pump out every molecule of air, and then turn the switch. And each time, the result is a mocking flicker, and then total darkness. By the time they reached the 5-figure mark of failed attempts, the morale of the team began to crumble. Labber, Edison's weary assistant, finally reached his breaking point. He looked at the pile of thousands of blackened, broken filaments and dropped his tools in frustration. His eyes were bloodshot from weeks of snatching only minutes of sleep on a hard laboratory bench. The silence in the room became heavy, broken only by the rhythmic ticking of a clock that seemed to mock their lack of progress. Labber sighs, his voice cracking with exhaustion. "It's over, Thomas. We've tried every material under the sun. 10,000 experiments, 10,000 disappointments. We are standing in a graveyard of wasted years. Why continue this work when the darkness clearly refuses to be conquered?" To Labber and to the world, each failed filament was a proof of inadequacy. But Edison doesn't flinch. Instead, he picks up a fresh piece of carbonized thread with the steady, delicate hand of a jeweler. He looks at his assistant with a gaze that is terrifyingly calm and profoundly direct. "My dear Labber," he says, his voice a low, rhythmic rasp that carries the weight of absolute conviction. "You see a graveyard, but I see a map. I haven't failed 10,000 times. I have simply successfully identified 10,000 ways that will not work. Each burnt filament is not a defeat. It is a lamppost on the road to the one that will light the world. We are not losing time. We are clearing the debris of error to find the foundation of truth." This logic was the engine of the laboratory. Edison lived in a state of perpetual now, where the results of the past were merely data points, not emotional baggage. He refused to let the frustration of his team or the mockery of the press distract him. He understood that the breakthrough was a matter of systematic elimination. If there were 10,000 things that didn't work, then they were 10,000 steps closer to the one thing that would. He went back to the workbench, treating the 10,000 first attempt with the same analytical focus as if it were the very first one. Then came the night of October 21st, 1879. The team was entering the 40th hour of continuous work without sleep. Edison decided to try a filament made of carbonized cotton thread. With extreme care, he inserted the delicate strand into the glass bulb. The vacuum pump hissed like a desperate prayer, removing every bit of oxygen that could destroy the thread. No one dared to breathe. Edison signaled. Labber slowly turned the electrical switch. 1 second passed. 2 seconds. The air in the room seemed to freeze. Suddenly, the filament began to glow. It didn't flicker and die as it had 10,000 times before. Instead, it burst into a warm, steady golden light. It pushed back the shadows of the lab, illuminating the soot-stained faces staring at it in awe. The light continued to burn. 1 hour, 10 hours, 40 hours passed. The bulb was still glowing, a proud lighthouse in the ocean of doubt. Edison looked at the light and smiled. "See, my friends, we just found the 10,001st way, and this one works." Edison's 10,000 non-failures teach us that the only true failure is the cessation of movement. Stop using the word failed and start using the word learned. Detach your identity from your results. You are the experimenter, not the experiment. If the filament burns out, it doesn't mean you are broken. It just means that specific path was a dead end. Just give it one more try, one more night. Most breakthroughs happen exactly 5 minutes after the ego decides to quit. Plant a new seed of wisdom for your soul every day by subscribing to Seeds of Life. Together, we will grow stronger through these valuable lessons.